Alright, so we're going to show you how to write a simple application with the switchcast, right, on the Android Studio, right, to create the Android apps. Okay. So this is going to be using Java. So again, we were explaining about the class last time, right? So this is main activity extends app.com's activity, right? Which has a method on create. And this is like your main, right? So like a main in your main program, right? And we were explaining when it's created a save instance state, like where when we launch the icon, it's the save instance like state of each running application on your phone, and then it just switch to the view of your application. And our application has the view on the layout. So this is the view that we're going to see, right? We just make simple, like with the button name Get My Zodiacs, right? Now let's go link to that view to our layout, right? Our RES resources, layout, and activity main. Okay. Now we get a view, and then we're going to connect to the button. The button that we see here, we call it BTN Zodiac. So I give the ID, right, the name of the button as BTN stamp button and Zodiac. So this is an application just to tell your zodiacs, right, based on your birth year. So when you switch back the button, we link it to that button to r.id, right? Because we give the ID to the button as BTN Zodiac, as I just shown. Okay, and we relying on the method find view by ID, which will return an object. Then we have to cast the object back to the button type. Right, this is the button on Android widget button. Okay. Now we make it final. Okay. Like constant. So we get a button. Now the button itself, we want to make an action to the button. So this is like an event listener programming. Like when you click, we're gonna make the method name set on click listener. Alright, so it's going to listen to action that user click. And whatever it's going to do, it's going to do this inside the parentheses. Okay. Inside the parentheses after user click. So it's going to do this whole thing, which is the same code that we were testing on our command of console system.out.print, right? So we just come and paste here, like it's going to print out the zodiacs. Now I just in this code pretty much just say we're going to do this when it's click, right? So you just need to know that whenever you use a button, we just use a view on click listener inside the set on click listener. Okay, this is we're gonna see this more. Okay. It's very common when you do event listener programming with a button. It's going to be something like this structure. No, we don't close, right? We just click, right? Click. When you click, it's going to do this action, right? And it's at the end, it's just print out. So the action that it's going to do pretty much just the console code that we have done. We create an object like today date. So now I didn't ask the user to input a year yet because I want to just test to click and get the zodiac for this year. So I just use the date and get year, right? And that year returns something starting from 1900. So that's why I have to add that 1900 back. And just try to print out to see if the year is correct. It should return 2017, and then you just do switch case, mod by 12, get the Zodiacs, and print out the Zodiacs. Very simple program. But overall, we just want to see how we integrate back to the Android and run, right? So now, if you're new to this, you first want to go to the manager, and this is AVD, like to add your Android virtual device, right? So to pick the device that you want to run on. This is emulator. You can always create a new device. You can pick you run on TV, wearable, phone, or tablet. So and pick the model. And then you just hit next, next, and it's going to create an emulator for you on the device that you pick. So now I have the device, right? So, and another thing that you want to look at is the SDK Manager. Make sure that when you first time, you have to check the location of the SDK. By default. If you use Android Studio, it's going to set up for you. But if you try to use IntelliJ, you pretty much just have to link to that location. Okay. Now, you might want to launch the standalone SDK Manager to get some tools that it may require you to add. Okay, by click on Launch Standalone SDK Manager. You might want to click on almost everything, okay, except the version. Like these are the version that we want to run on, the Android version. So I just make it support like 5.1 and over. Okay. Let me try to launch the standalone again. When you click, it should pop up. So are you able to click on this one and it's pop up? You have Android Studio so far? You can launch from the school machine too. They have Android Studio. As I said, it's just going to pop up the list that you can check the tools. Alright, so now if you have your phone, let's say if you connect your phone directly, it should detect your phone and your phone should be here. So now when you run this application, just to test this, you can select Sure. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick one of the emulator and run and show on emulator. And I'm going to share the code too. So I'm going to share on GitHub, right? So I don't think I really need to share all the XML here. Only share the Java. And the layout, the XML layout. Activity main, DOM share. Alright, so let me check the settings. It looked like it created a project but not pushing the code to Git. It's been doing that lately on my machine. Because the way I have so many accounts with GitHub. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you, we can go to version control here when you have an issue with Git. So this is the account I'm using. Connection is successful. So what I'm going to do, let me change this to CSC 201 account. Let me test. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I just switch the account. I try to share project again. Okay, so it's successfully shared on Git. So it was setting to a different account. Okay, I switched back to 201. So now when you go to github.com/csc201, you should be able to see the Zodiac's Android. When you go to just github.com/csc201. So I just share the code, then you can just get a code from that. Okay, and the app source, you can download the whole folder technically, and then just run from there. Okay, now the code is up. So we come back to see if the emulator. So emulator, like I said, if you have a fast machine, it's going to show very quick. I just need to clean up my machine. So now, let's see. Let's look at, so I'm going to connect this to the phone too, okay? I think I have another bar in my office. I'm going to do that. I'm going to pause this first. Now, if we want to connect to the hardware device, we like the real phone or tablets. You want to do some settings. Prepare Android device for development, right? So you have to do this step. Yeah, you have to do the select. developer options. You have to enable debugging on the device. You did because you have to go to USB debugging, turn it on. Okay. And you want to, like I said, when you hit on the SDK Manager, it should pop up this windows. Like I said, you normally I just install everything. That the most important thing, USB driver. When you go here, remember I hit hits, and when I hit this, it should pop up. I don't know what happened to mine. It's not. It should pop up this and Android SDK Manager, and then you can start to install. Like I said, you can pick extra like check everything. Then you don't have to come back and keep installing things when you need it. So just walk through this. Okay. First, like I said, after you finish configuration on your phone, make sure you have to enable your phone to do the USB debugging for developer. You have to have the options for developer options show up. You probably want to follow this instruction. Okay. Now, let's see if this phone is ready. Let's try to run. There you go. So we see the phone light just popping in, right? That's the phone, right? Like I said, after you enable, you pop in, you see it. Let's say, let me see, I hit on that phone. Let's say the phone is offline, huh? So I use that, finish.
Does the string need to be on?
I just, yeah. Let's see. What happened when I say offline? Let me maybe I check this for enable. You said you did enable.
Yeah.
Go to settings, screens.
Swipe up, settings, developer options, USB debug.
Install USB drivers. Maybe I need to install USB drivers. Which we did, right? Let me check. Otherwise, it's not going to be detected. Let me see. Connected devices offline. Brush Studio. Unplug and replug the USB cable. So it's a rebooted device. That's another one. First I unplug and plug it back in. So let me try to reboot the device. So I just hold on the power, right? To reboot. Can you? Alright, so
You said restart?
let me just pause this stream.